something going. This roster has had a tumultuous journey through RLCS 2021-2022. This is a chance to get another rung up onto the ladder. But NRG are in the way. Players are taking their sides of the pitch. We're about to get started.
Yeah, and let's see what we have from NRG, how they throw themselves on offense and at this Torrent defense. Who is going to step up? 3 players, Garrett G, Justin, Squishy. You obviously know them for their mechanics, their ability to move down the field as a unit. But if things weren't flowing that well yesterday, maybe one individual will step up in this game.
And despite their woes yesterday, I mean, Justin, during the pre-show, I mean, he had two of the 5 spots, or 2 of the 7 spots, excuse me, in the top play segment of the pre-show. This is another dunk, though, and it's Torrent getting the first goal. Kinsey.
I don't think there's any better start right here, Jorby. It's 150-50 from Kinsey over Squishy Muffins, and he just hammered his way through on that challenge, the pure muscle to get that goal, and it slipped in for Torrent.
A great start for Torrent, knowing the task that's in front of them. Justin couldn't put that one on target. Garrett actually leaps for this ball, and now a breakout might happen for Magic Bear. Shot on target, but taken away by Squishy. It was actually just a little off.
And that first goal for Torrent is huge against NRG, because NRG, a lot of times you'll see them go up against a team that they should be beating, and it's close games. You know, they'll hold the team scoreless, maybe even throughout the entire series. So just being able to break down their defense, knowing it's possible right away as Magic Bear takes another look at the net, a solo dribble. They've got confidence here within the first minute, Jorby.
There's Magic Bear with another challenge. Kinsey's got space. On the carry, Justin gets there quickly. It's one thing Torrent will have to contend with, NRG's speedy defense. Jordan flips that one up, but Garrett's there.
We'll see what Garrett can do now. Going for the 50-50. There was a demo from Magic Bear, and the defense is holding strong in the midfield out of Torrent. They're not letting NRG go into their own half, start that possession game where they take the boost, starve you out, and then wait for a mistake. And you'll notice Jordan going for an early clear, and then Magic Bear can respond, but now things start to get set up. This is the trap that NRG want to put you in, where you're just stuck on your own half. They're taking your boost. They're winning 50-50s. Things can get dangerous.
Yeah, I like that little slow play from Jordan, but hang on, Garrett. He keeps that one close. Didn't want to fight the angle against Magic Bear. NRG, despite having trouble finding shots on target, still controlling the game here in the corner. Squishy pushing that one out. And Torrent managing the ball well here on defense. Magic Bear might have a breakout. Gets underneath this one. Flip reset. Magic Bear got the dunk. Goes across the field all by himself.
And this is why it's so important to take a break every once in a while, because when you come back, you're fresh and ready to go. Everybody on NRG take it out, all thanks to Magic Bear.
Turtle, you said it pregame. Refreshed, refueled Magic Bear. When's the last time we saw a real splash play from Magic Bear like that? It's been a long time, I feel like. I must feel good for him. Torrent started out great here in game number 1.
Absolutely, an unbelievable game 1. And one thing that I have noticed is the boost control out of Torrent, in the midfield in particular, has been very efficient. They're taking the midfield boost most of the time, not letting somebody like Squishy or Garrett G, who rotates out into that third man spot, grab it. And as I'm talking about it, it's Garrett G with so much boost that tank finds a goal in an open net.
Well, yeah, Squishy got a perfect touch. Jordan wasn't positioned for it, and Kinsey was the last back, so he had to wait for that one to come up. He couldn't go take that challenge. Magic Bear was still coming back on the rotation. So that just that perfect touch, really, from Squishy on that sidewall totally threw Torrent's rotation out of whack.
And even Garrett G's shot on that one was a bit of a fake. He hit it with the bottom side of his car. So the defender, you know, you expect Garrett G just to smash that one in or try and get as much power on the top of his car, or maybe even the front, but using it as a fake. And then now the pass, the give and go, Justin can't complete it. Still trailing by 1 goal is NRG.
Squishy pops it over Jordan. Kinsey follows it up. 3 minutes for Torrent have still been good. Magic Bear wins the touch in midfield, excuse me. Jordan just trying to keep control. I don't think he got the touch he wanted, and that's a dangerous one from Kinsey, but he got in front of it. But it's up for Squishy off the ceiling. Kinsey takes this one away. Torrent hanging on to this 2-1 lead. Time starts to dwindle down to the final minute.
We'll see what Kinsey has now. Last man back. Goes for it. It's a double commit. Magic Bear's there to bail him out. And this is where things can get dicey for Torrent. They've been known in the final minutes to not play the best Rocket League, panicking, sending 2 players at 1 ball, maybe multiple challenges in a row. NRG, they thrive under this pressure.
Jordan has to wait for this one as well, but he's got no boost. Squishy got over him. Torrent back on defense again. Justin can't get that touch, but Jordan's got no boost. He has to wait.
Pass.
Kinsey now going to try to take control on defense. He's got no boost. Gets chipped out of the way. Justin knows he's got control. Justin, here he comes. Tried the fake, but Jordan will get that one out for Torrent. Magic Bear on the transition.
And big credit to Magic Bear getting that 50-50 over Justin too, calling the fake. But hold on, NRG, they're still making waves downfield. The passing game has been picking up slowly, and they're finding each other, give and goes. Nothing yet to break down the Torrent defense and get that equalizer, but it is in the distance, and they're chasing after it.
Kinsey kept that touch close, and as such, won the 50. Magic Bear couldn't get there, but Justin got the clear. Or Squishy got the clear. Justin got the save. Garrett back over to Squishy. It's not over for Torrent. They got to play more defense here at the end of regulation. Justin playing it slow again. It's got Magic Bear, but Garrett G, well, he actually couldn't win that 50 against Magic Bear either. Magic Bear doing a lot of work on 50. Now he's going to play it. No, he's going to rotate out. I thought he was going to go for the bump on Justin. And here at the end, Torrent still have the lead.
Magic, he's there.
Magic Bear shot's good.
Oh!
Torrent looking good in game number 1. They've got insurance.
And it's a big thank you to Magic Bear for getting this first game win. Not only did he break down every defender in the previous play, but he comes through on the follow-up as that third man back, cleans up, and smacks it home.
A great start for Magic Bear. And a better one for Torrent. Squishy trying to set something up at the end, but it doesn't matter. We head to Forbidden Temple with Torrent taking game 1.
And that's surprising because Torrent, they struggle in the final minute or two, Jorby. From all my history of casting these guys and following this team, they do not do well under that pressure in the final minute or two. So to see them show up big time, especially with Magic Bear, not only was Magic Bear winning a lot of those challenges and also securing those goals, but his awareness on the field, knowing when to position, when to go for the challenges. We saw him, especially with a player like Justin, you don't know how Justin is going to go for a flick or win. And Magic Bear had him read the entire game, it felt like.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Justin had that one solid opportunity where he had control. He slipped underneath the first defender in front of the box, tried the fake. Magic Bear not fooled. There was even a passing play between Garrett and Squishy in front of the box where you see Magic Bear kind of hesitate for a second just to make sure that he keeps the option coverage maximized and got the save. So, I mean, he had a great first game. And this is the best kind of start you can have if you're Torrent.
Yeah.
They haven't looked this good at all this season, and what a start to have. I'm impressed by game 1.
It's just great because this is actual proof that, certain people, some people, if not everybody, needs a break every once in a while. You need to give your mental and your body and your mind some time to breathe, and Magic Bear did that. In the second regional, he comes back, he wins game 1. We're talking him up a lot. However, NRG, they've dropped several game 1s before, but to beat them in the entire series, that's another obstacle and one that's far more difficult.
And Turtle, remember back when Torrent made the roster move from Percy to Kinsey, and then they didn't get the results that they were hoping for, or maybe the immediate success off of that roster move. But Torrent stuck with this roster in a sea of roster changes of teams at the top trying to get even farther above. But Torrent just stuck with it in this A-tier level of North American teams, and they haven't had the best go of it. But getting here now, making the most of it, sometimes sticking with your roster can work, and you just need that break, and they're already putting another shot on. It was denied by Squishy.
And coming into this series, the armor of NRG had already been cracked. That group stage was so difficult for them, so they aren't unbreakable at this point, and Torrent know that, they recognize it, and they're sending the full house sometimes on offense.
Jordan lobbing this one up to the corner. Kinsey trying to keep Justin locked on the back while Jordan does work for Magic Bear. But NRG are still there on the challenge. Torrent not messing around on offense. They won't want to give NRG any time. Jordan up in the third. Make this a little awkward for Garrett, but he got the pass to Justin and they break out.
NRG looking for something. They've been trapped in their own half. Now's their time to rotate out, set up the trap that we're used to them. And Garrett G, he does get that midfield boost, and finding that midfield boost has been such a key element for Torrent to get the win. And I think if NRG prioritize it just a little bit more, maybe on those rotations, they'll be able to keep possession longer and starve out Torrent.
We're next up, getting over Garrett. Squishy can't get to the ball, but Justin there's the last line of defense. Squishy off the side wall. First touch, but it's defended again by Kinsey. Magic Bear coming quickly. He wants control of this, but he's only got 13 in the tank. Kinsey wants that one, but Justin keeps it protected. Jordan now last man back for Torrent, and does the job enough, forces Garrett to respond, but respond Garrett will as it comes off the wall. Torrent not too stressed.
And nothing super creative out of NRG. They had thrown the ball into the corner, and I believe Justin was looking for a pinch. Hold on a second. Squishy, he got a flip reset, and the bump. It would not fall in. And Jordan, he recognized that there was a lot of space and slowed things down. Very great composure from Torrent, but an even better shot from Squishy, just a bit wide.
But they were getting a little antsy there on the midfield line, both Jordan and Kinsey, lining up close together. They're not the worst thing, but one hard clear could do you dirty if you're not careful. So just got to keep your cameras on a swivel at all times. NRG have gotten a couple of bumps in front of the net. Here's Squishy. He might catch them out here, but that touch forces wide. Garrett will steal another boost, and NRG will stay on the push.
And that's one of those situations where Garrett G, he did take the midfield boost, but Squishy didn't. And because of the lack of boost, he couldn't get a solid touch. And he ends up moving out a bit awkwardly on offense. Still looking for a goal is NRG. They've had possession. However, the defense from Torrent standing strong.
Kinsey, he's got nothing in the tank. Squishy pops this one over. Garrett trying to cut off that midfield hold that Torrent had, and Magic Bear will carry this one out again. They've relied on that backboard to carry it away from NRG and try to air dribble it out, at least get back to the midfield line.
Yeah.
The boost game, it's not been perfect, but here's Magic Bear back over to Kinsey, pops it up high, down straight in front of the box, almost got dunked by Magic Bear. Squishy carries it out.
Off the crossbar, and now it's NRG's time and chance to strike, but it's intercepted by Jordan. Another touch. Jordan looking phenomenal in the midfield as Kinsey gets taken out, but Magic Bear's got a free shot with two defenders. They find the save, and Torrent are looking to put on another threatening shot, Jorby.
Here's Kinsey again. He's got a touch over Justin, puts it over Squishy. Where's the shot? Magic Bear's there again. Torrent deliver the strike.
And it felt like it was just a matter of time. First, we saw one free shot opportunity from Magic Bear, and then so much space in the corner, and the pass from Kinsey was unbelievable. Such an easy setup there, and oh my goodness, you can't have a better shot opportunity than that one for Magic Bear.
This might be happening right now. NRG got to pass over to Garrett, back to Squishy, but it's denied Turtle.
And Jorby, these teams, they don't have a second chance. This is not the upper bracket. If NRG lose here, they're out of the tournament.
Popped over, and it means everything for Torrent.
Yeah.
Taking down NRG here, but oh my goodness, Justin is just absolutely ridiculous. 1-0, or 1-1, excuse me.
He's done playing games, Justin. The perfect corner spot as well. That is such a difficult read. And Justin made it look not only easy, but he put it there on purpose, Jorby.
It was so clean. Like he read that before the bounce happened. It popped straight out. My goodness.
Now this is the real test for Torrent, because that's what's going to happen. You play NRG, they're going to get shots like this even with 34 seconds left. They're not going to let off the gas.
Torrent have to find a way to match that energy. They've been in control, but things can flip so easily in Rocket League. Justin carries this one up, goes underneath Magic Bear, has to let it drop, and NRG waiting for that touch from Torrent. They keep winning those midfield battles, and it hangs in front of the box. Wish you can't get around it.
10
Just
seconds.
trying to hold form. Popped up by Justin.
Backboard.
Magic Bear's there first. Garrett has to respect it. Magic Bear expends the tank. Kinsey pops it over one, and Squishy got there on the defense again. Jordan gets bumped by Garrett, falls back down onto it, but NRG, maybe no, overtime on Forbidden Temple.
Oh, man, and this is where I'm not even sure which team is in the lead at this moment. I mean, the final few seconds were in favor of Torrent. Hold on, off the kickoff. Jordan, the 1v1, he goes to the fake, and it's saved by Justin, who called his bluff.
Kinsey tried to keep the push going. A decent clear attempt by Justin. Magic Bear burns the boost. They get back to it.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
That kickoff. I'm shaking right after that one.
It could have very well decided the winner, but here's Justin. He's decided a lot of winners, and he's just decided another one on Forbidden Temple. It's like clockwork for Justin. NRG take.
Oh, my goodness. The first goal was all Justin, and the second goal, again, it's all Justin. The flip reset into the top left corner. We've got ourselves a series all tied up.
Torrent, though, really laying it all out on the line in this game. Had a couple of good opportunities, and it really felt like winning that kickoff was the most important thing in that overtime, but just not enough boost to get real control of the ball. I think it was Justin in net that had the defense, or was it Garrett? I can't.
No, it was Justin. It was
Justin, excuse me. Yeah.
Jordan.
Of course it's Justin.
Yep, and yeah, not only is he making the plays on defense, getting those saves, he pulls up on offense, and he is getting a flip reset into the top left corner. And it's expected of Justin. That's why, obviously, he's on this NRG roster. It's why whenever you see NRG fail, Justin, he doesn't take a lot of the responsibility, at least from a lot of people, because he's still doing plays and outplaying everybody on Torrent by himself. So you got to make sure you deal with that and handle it on defense if you're Torrent. But how do you do that, Jorby?
Well, I mean, Torrent do have a Magic Bear on their team.
It's
and he's looked pretty good today so far. So I think if anyone is going to pop off and try to match Justin's performance, it's got to be Magic Bear.
And he did. Game one, he outmatched, in fact. So it's definitely a close one between Magic Bear and Justin. Maybe we're going to expect to see somebody else pop off. You know that Kinsey has a lot of mechanical skills and abilities of his own, as well as Jordan. And of course, the same goes for Garrett G and Squishy.
Justin flips that one up. Magic Bear there on the defense. Torrent having more troubles getting beyond the midfield line and winning those midfield challenges. There's two bumps from Garrett. Squishy kind of gets chipped onto the wall. Justin quickly off the corner, taken away by Magic Bear, but they're pure reactions to NRG's touches. They're getting chipped and battered here, and Jordan finally breaks them out.
And I've noticed that Squishy Muffins is getting a lot of great bumps. He's getting outpaced, even when he doesn't have any boost, but he's still going to go for the bump in the air, and there he is getting taken out, actually equalizing the demo, which means NRG's defense a bit stressful as they look to carry this one out. Squishy doesn't win the 50-50, but I like the demos that I have seen from Squishy Muffins. That physical play has definitely paid off several times before in the series.
Garrett rolling down the pitch, he'll bump Magic Bear out of the way. Magic Bear will recover. Kinsey gets to that midfield challenge, and Justin catches the ball perfectly. That was rocketing towards him, but he's got control, slips it around Kinsey. We thought that last touch, that could have been a breakout opportunity for Torrent, but Justin really is just getting in the way.
He is such a nuisance on the field. And speaking of nuisance, there's Garrett G getting the demo, then turning instantly. There's so much space on the field in front of the net. Justin can't get the read in time. It was well thought out and well executed, just didn't have the speed. And here we got Squishy looking to make it clear. Yet again, Magic Bear off the backboard. There is just a weird amount of space, though, in front of that defensive side of Torrent that they're giving up to NRG.
They were feeling all that pressure earlier and end up relaxing the rotation almost by instinct with how often they were winning those 50s. But Magic Bear's gotten a couple of solid touches here, and Torrent have spent a couple of seconds in the orange half, but then Justin wins another 50.
He's being so aggressive, and Justin, his rotation, he wants to push out as fast as possible. When he sees Garrett G or Squishy Muffins get a touch that looks like it could insinuate a clear, he's already pushing out and ready to disrupt a Torrent defender who wants to keep the possession forward.
Magic Bear cutting them off. Justin last on the defense. Kinsey waits, but he won't even get a chance at the ball. Jordan got 150. Can he get back to the touch? Not before Garrett does. Kinsey quickly back up to that ball. The speed from him to get to that touch. Now he's got control. What? Gets that touch, pops it over Squishy. It's working for Kinsey. Jordan's playing it close. Keeps this one on the touch. Gets the dunk in front of the box. Magic Bear can't commit. He has to shake off one NRG defender. Now he's got one touch out, but Squishy's there on the backboard. And there's just so many threats on defense from NRG that you got to get by. Garrett with the ground pinch taken away from Jordan.
And it's so frustrating because you think you win 150-50, but then here comes Garrett G or Squishy Muffins to get another challenge right back in your face. And there's no opening, no real opportunity to get a shot in. Garrett G going for a pinch pass, doesn't connect. And Torrent, they're sent back to the drawing board to try and break down the defense.
They have survived this NRG team, who haven't had a ton of pressure on offense. Justin got it, but Kinsey's there, and the push continues for Torrent. A bounce for Garrett. Jordan gets there in time. Magic Bear is going to have to rely on Kinsey. Cutting off the pass. Jordan next up. Justin gets on top of him. But Magic Bear, flipping into that ball, ended up giving up possession. And Squishy just pops it right back down in front of the box. Jordan, that's another loose ball. Garrett tracking this one. Squishy looking for heads, but he can't find any. And Magic Bear gets another touch. Torrent survive another defensive bout.
Yeah, but for how long? That's the question. They're getting out of their own defensive half. However, always met by a challenge, and I'd like to see somebody take an earlier rotation from Torrent, be more aggressive. Somebody has got to fill the same role that Justin is feeling on NRG, and it could be Magic Bear with an air dribble like this. That's what we want to see. Now he's going to take some boost and be aggressive. They need a factor like Justin to be annoying and throw NRG off their rotation.
Garrett pushing this ball out, cut off by Kinsey. Torrent, they just keep pushing a little bit forward. All of a sudden, the clears are getting shorter for Garrett, but he got a long one here, forces Kinsey up. He's got the catch, and Justin waits for the touch. Kinsey pops it over him. Quickly up is Jordan, and Torrent are meeting NRG at these challenges. Magic Bear left alone now is Kinsey. Can't get dunked by Garrett as Jordan takes this ball back to the corner. They've managed the ball well on defense at the end of regulation. They got to hang on for a little bit longer.
And here goes Magic Bear, looking for a 50-50. This could develop into something on offense, but Justin met early with the challenge, and now it's NRG back to give another stab at the net, but a big clear from Magic Bear. It's kickball, Jory. We can't decide on which team actually has most possession, but it looks like it might be NRG with a follow-up, doesn't find it, and we go into OT.
Oh, and Magic Bear cutting off the potential shot that may have come. Probably happy that no shot came. The Squishy now on the kickoff. Trying to get underneath Kinsey, but it's Kinsey who wins it. Doesn't have a lot in the boost tank. He'll make the most of it. Gets over or under Justin, and Garrett will push it back out.
That's the creativity needed from Torrent. Maybe a fake in the air. Kinsey's downfield. Nobody else is up. It's surprising from NRG. Normally they have somebody there, but another long clear. And we're just picking up right where we left off before the OT ended with kickball.
Magic Bear kicks this one up. He's done it before for Torrent. Tries it again. Thought he might have had the reset, but just tried to get the 50. Kinsey's next up. Beats Justin again. The last few 1v1s between Kinsey and Justin have been Kinsey winning them. But Justin rips one off target with Garrett. He made the connection, but Jordan got in the way. A demo on to Justin from Kinsey again. And I think he's made it his mission just to beat Justin in game number 3. But Magic Bear kicks this one out to midfield. They still need to get control of this ball. Squishy denied again as Kinsey forces that ball to the orange.
And that defense from Jordan earlier on, unshakable. He read that play, knew exactly where the striker was going to be. And it seems as though Torrent, every player, knows where NRG are trying to shoot this ball and can get in the path of it. However, you have to figure out how to organize yourself on defense because it's all cluttered up for Torrent. Maybe Squishy on the follow-up. What is going on right now with NRG and their offense?
Oh my gosh, I mean, that was a tight window. And Magic Bear, he slows it down for Kinsey. Okay, Garrett's got control. Magic Bear bumps him out of the way. Squishy's got the dunk. Oh, he almost got it with the 50. He wins that touch. Justin's there denied again. Torrent will not allow an orange card to score on their net.
No way.
Got a 50. Forces Squishy up back over to the corner. Justin's got his boost. Things slow down for now for NRG, but Jordan wants to heat it up quick. But Justin's super cool as he gets that ball out to Garrett G.
It is getting gory on the field. This is insane. Everybody exchanging blows. It's messy. It's dirty. It's muddy. The rotations can't be perfect right now for either team because of the demos, the creative plays, the mechanics, all coming to fruition for each team, taking stabs and shots at both nets, Jorby.
Popped up high, but Justin's the only one in the air. Jordan rips it downfield. Magic Bear wins a massive 50, but the rest of Torrent have to hurry up. Kinsey had to wait for that touch. Squishy's downfield. Wins that touch against Jordan, but Magic Bear...
And it's back on the other side. It can't stay in one half, Jorby. It just can't. It's got to go directly to the other side instantly, and there's a shot from Kinsey saved. 2 players jump from NRG, which means there's space, but evenly met by Garrett G.
Justin looking for Squishy, but he's cut off again by Kinsey. Garrett launching it downfield. NRG, they've just resorted to the dump and chase philosophy to get by Torrent. Magic Bear's got no boost, and he made the 50 not so hard for Justin and Garrett, but can't make the connection on the pass. Garrett pulls off, allows Squishy to come in. Jordan gets bumped out of the way. Magic Bear having to hop over him, and there are about 30 obstacles for Torrent to get over to get downfield, but somehow there are athletes in that respect.
What, say for NRG, they get downfield so quickly, it's just massive clear after massive clear. The ball does not want to stay, like we said, in one half. And it seems at this point they're playing the same play style where you've got Justin downfield waiting for some crazy mechanical play. And then on the other side, it's Magic Bear. What can these 2 players do? Who's going to have that solo play to put their team on match point?
NRG really bringing it. And, you know, some out there might be like, well, they already qualified, but they are bringing the heat against Torrent, and they have Torrent have matched NRG's level in this series. Kinsey, another 50, but it's launched downfield. Only one mistake could be what it takes. Garrett launches another shot, testing Torrent at every single touch. Justin Little back pass over to Squishy. As Jordan is actually going to cut in front of Kinsey. He's got more boost. Magic Bear underneath, but Jordan makes the most of it. Justin's got the defense.
We'll see if Justin can work his magic. He beat all 3 players before, but Magic Bear, now he got the midfield boost, and he's going to go off the ceiling, which means he has his flip. How's he going to use it? But Squishy Muffins, expert level defense there to get up early and bail out his teammate from having to decide on how to challenge that one.
Approaching a full game of Rocket League played in overtime. Kinsey drops it off for Magic Bear. Magic Bear from the corner, out, across to Justin. Garrett couldn't find the touch. Kinsey tried to get around him, and there's Jordan, but he had to swing too far across to get to the touch.
That was it.
Squishy's now got control on the transition for NRG, cut off by Magic Bear, got the 50 against Garrett, and keeps Torrent alive on offense.
That was the first time we saw an opportunity, and the demo, they're going to muscle their way through. It's Kinsey. He just missed that last opportunity, but he got revenge against the NRG defense.
Kinsey going with the low touch, knowing Justin's on the back wall, and just going full bully onto Justin to give Torrent the series leading win. My goodness, Torrent. There were a lot of shots from NRG, 13 in fact, but I actually think most of those shots came in overtime.
Yeah.
Torrent literally withstood an onslaught from NRG, and Kinsey was at the center of that turtle. Magic Bear, I mean, you could talk about what he did, but
yeah,
Kinsey was winning so many crucial 50s against Justin, where we saw with Justin earlier, he wasn't losing any touches, and then all of a sudden, Kinsey downloaded him and had those 50s locked down.
And I didn't see that bump until we just saw the replay. That was insane. It wasn't just a stationary player or defender on the ground that Kinsey had to take out. I believe that defender was on the back wall looking to then rotate in. So Kinsey had to jump, get the demo, and continue forward with the ball's momentum. So that was no easy bump play whatsoever from Kinsey. They're on match point now against NRG, who might as well... I mean, I'm not saying they might as well be knocked out of the tournament because they're still looking great, but they are on their last life here, Jorby.
I think maybe only the Torrent organization and the players would have said, yeah, we could beat NRG in 4. It can happen. Yeah. They might have been the only ones. We're in that possible scenario right now. It's Torrent. What a showing from them.
Insane. Yeah. Jorby, we were even talking about it in the green room before, you know, with this matchup. It's such heavily in favor of NRG, and you'd be blind to say that Torrent, you know, they have the advantage coming in here, but to see the performance that they've gone with, and to have Magic Bear step up in the midfield, the solo plays, then Kinsey starting to pop off, Jordan getting some saves, they're matching NRG everywhere on the field.
The defensive positioning has just been awesome from them. They've gotten in front of almost every 50. There's a great 50 from Squishy to get Justin into the top.
There it is. There it is. This is why you can't count out NRG, because they will rely back on the fundamentals. A fake and then a 50-50 Squishy. 2 players have been taken out of that situation, and Justin, he doesn't need to do a solo play anymore. He's got Squishy to help him out.
Well, things will cool off for Torrent.
Yeah, that's a bit of a smack in the face, too, especially after you come out with hype, and then the 50-50 there going into the net, save for Magic Bear. NRG look a bit frustrated.
Magic Bear gets on top of that ball. Squishy having to contend with Jordan. NRG trying to swipe these boost pads away. And it's cleared. Magic Bear trying to win that 50, but he loses. Garrett also demoing Jordan on the play. And it's just making that challenge a little bit slower on defense from Torrent. Kinsey still works to get the ball out.
And Garrett G, he is being aggressive, getting some demos, taking more boost. Who's a player that oftentimes will fall into that role of being the frustrating player you have to deal with. Originally, it was Justin who was taking your boost, but also going for mechanical plays. Now, Garrett G, he's getting physical, taking boost. And when that starts to happen, that's how you know NRG, they're mad. They're sitting up in their chairs at this point.
I mean, you're seeing every player after they rotate out, they're at least screening against the goal line, just in case they could get a bump or a demo. NRG really trying to force Torrent into an uncomfortable situation. And it has worked, but apparently Torrent playing well with uncomfortability, something, Turtle, that you said they struggled with pressure in the past. But I would say this is about as high pressure as they've had all season. They've been playing up to the task so far, even though they're down right now and having some trouble getting on offense.
And it's especially in the last minute or two where Torrent seem to struggle the most. They start games out strong and they don't back down, but if you're a fan of them, you want to see them continue up with that aggression and that same high-flying play style that they start every game with, unless you got Justin to deal with, who's taking out players left and right.
Jordan rips that ball away from Garrett and gonna let the ball drop, forcing Squishy to respond. Jordan couldn't win that touch. Kinsey and Magic Bear throw that ball out. Garrett cuts him out. Justin gets demoed on the far side, but Garrett's still winning the touches. That's going in. Garrett G does it himself. NRG up by 2.
And at this rate, it looks like we might get ourselves a game 5. There's plenty of time for Torrent, but it's been all NRG. Garrett, how did he even get that follow-up? I'm not sure where he was coming from. He went with the original challenge and then just kept floating to get the follow-up.
Oh, now Torrent will find a way.
Oh,
Here's Jordan.
Been here before.
And just couldn't deliver. That's a tough angle to get around Squishy.
Yeah. We've seen that with that OT. Remember where Jordan off the kickoff had that dribble on the 1v1. Situations like that could change things drastically for Torrent. But unfortunately for them, they're going to have to still look at a 2-goal deficit.
Kinsey pops this one over. Jordan next up. NRG. No sweat on defense. Only 2 shots from Torrent. This one might be the 3rd, but it's taken away. Kinsey back to Magic Bear.
Oh,
that's a good redirect, and Torrent has split the lead.
Lovely rotation from Magic Bear. He went for this challenge, went as well with that flip forward, didn't get a touch, and as he's rotating out, you'll notice he stays up. He goes to the far side where Kinsey's gonna try and shoot, and then gets a misdirection on that touch to make sure the defender can't follow up with a save. It's within 1 for Torrent. They've struggled within the last 2 minutes before, but this looks like a different Torrent roster, Jorby.
They look a little more energetic.
Yeah.
Down the pitch. About a minute remaining. Magic Bear feathering that boost because he doesn't have a lot. Jordan trying to force the ball forward. This has left Kinsey in an uncomfortable position, but he's made the touch. Still Garrett's coming. Oh, almost got that roller. A low bouncer, if you will, is Squishy. Trying to prevent the quick clear from Torrent. Jordan wins that touch out. Magic Bear got that midfield boost. He's going to stay downfield. Got to contend with Squishy. And Kinsey rips the ball away. Got another 50. Kinsey falls back down. Couldn't get a bump onto Garrett. Quick transition. Justin saw the net.
Oh, we got it.
Bear. Oh, he missed the dunk. And a big save from Magic Bear. I thought for sure Justin was going to dunk him on the play, but somehow he's kept the line within 1.
Still space for Garrett G, though, going for the fake. He gets one of them. And then Magic Bear's back again with the 50-50. The defense from this man, it's immaculate.
Oh, Squishy got it, and it's saved by Kinsey. Somehow, clutch saves are coming out from Torrent, but here's Garrett. Jordan needs another one. He's got it. Justin's next up. He's missed it. Kinsey and Magic Bear get a little tied up, but Kinsey wins another 50. End of regulation. Jordan back over to Kinsey, and there's a little bit of space. Magic Bear's diving forward quickly, but NRG are set up on the back wall. Justin keeping it close. Jordan's got the catch, but he's only got 4. Flips it up, back over to Kinsey. Oh,
Magic
he
Bear.
gave her the touch, and we go to Champions Field.
And Magic Bear, he was 3rd man, looking for something, hoping it would pop out. Didn't have the boost to be that close. And that last sequence of shots proves that NRG, those 2 goals they got, they had to work for it. With the level of defense we're seeing out of Torrent, it's not going to be an easy shot or an easy goal that'll slip in. You really need to make a last-ditch effort, Jorby, if you're getting past that goal line.
This is a different-looking Torrent, though, Turtle. You talked about their late-game struggles, how they tended to throw games at the end, but they actually got back into gear in the final 2 minutes and even had a scoring chance or 2 by 0 seconds. So Game 5 really feels like anyone's game right now. I'm curious if we ran the fan vote right now, if it would still be 85% NRG or not.
It would definitely sway. I mean, how could it not? With what we've seen from Torrent, just a little bit. I still think the NRG fans would definitely show up, but oh my goodness, Jorby, we're ready for Game 5.
Game 5 on Champions Field, presented by Mobile One. The Mountain Classic has given us some thrilling games. We've had Oxygen, we've had Version 1, Complexity, all playing well in this tournament. And the latest edition, Torrent. Even if they lose this game, this series, still, I think people are going to respect Torrent a little bit more after this match.
And it's something to be proud of. However, they don't want anything less than a win. No competitive player is just going to take a Game 5 loss easily. They want to work for this and obviously secure that win against NRG and prove people wrong. Ooh. But you've got Justin with the crossbar shots and this offense from NRG that looks to be unstoppable when they find their rhythm.
Magic Bear waiting for that ball to come back. And Justin wins that touch against Jordan. Squishy with control on the ceiling, but that's actually going to be Kinsey's ball. Kinsey in front. He's been dangerous in those 50-50s today. If they have a breakout, Kinsey might be the one behind it. But Garrett's got a one-on-one and pushes it across. Kinsey was ready in the rotation.
Yeah, and really great positioning from Kinsey. He wasn't flat on the goal line. And they're predicting where NRG want to move so efficiently. They know the space that Garrett G, for instance, in this situation is trying to fill. Kinsey, he's there. He wins for the 50, or goes for the 50-50, excuse me. Doesn't find it. And now Torrent back on the goal line looking for something. And they can't find the read in this one play. Squishy, he's the one striking first.
Yeah, Justin rips that ball away from Magic Bear. Jordan ended up... Also, I was trying to switch to Jordan's cam in time to see that flip, so I'm not sure exactly how he flipped off of that one. I was on the wide cam for it. Either way, he got straight beat to the ball by Squishy after that win against Magic Bear.
Well, and maybe that goal is proving that NRG, they're looking for more creative touches that aren't as predictable because, like we just discussed, Torrent, they're finding reads. They know where NRG want to move, and for Squishy to go off the backboard in that instance on the first touch instead of finding a shot right away, they're definitely trying to switch things around and throw a question mark at Torrent.
Magic Bear has got the catch. Squishy. Justin jumped right over him. Garrett G coming in, but he's actually going to wait for this touch from Magic Bear. This gets over him. NRG setting up on offense. Love more insurance. 2 feels like it might be good enough against Torrent. They can pick up some insurance.
Right.
They're probably sitting pretty comfortable.
It worked last game, even though Torrent, the final 2 minutes, they are a different team. They're more clutch and the nerves they can handle a bit better. Maybe it's because it's been a while since we've seen them even make it this far. They're just happy to be here, but they of course want this win and are trying to do everything they can within their power to take down NRG early on in the tournament.
Magic Bear couldn't get that touch. Justin going to give a free ball back to Garrett. Cut off by Magic Bear on the attempted pass, and Jordan gets the next 50. Justin getting chased down by Jordan. He just can't come up with that touch. And Squishy made it a little awkward at first, but then it was easy for Magic Bear. Went for the slow play for the bounce, and it forced Garrett into not the touch that he wanted. NRG having to contend with Torrent here in the orange half.
And NRG's positioning slightly off in Game 5. There's chances. I've seen several double commits, weird space gaps between the rotations where somebody from Torrent could try and fill that position and then get an early chip shot on the net. Might lead to something. You've got Justin looking for a pass, but it goes nowhere, given right to Magic Bear. And this is an instant that I'm talking about. There's chances for Torrent to get a counterattack in, Jorby.
Nice win from Justin, or not win, but Justin getting a clean touch out. Wins the 50 as he went underneath. Garrett waited for that touch from Kinsey. He's going to allow Squishy to come in. More defense and more pressure building from NRG. Squishy just headhunting. He came the whole way back from the back of the rotation, demoed the guy in net, and was like, okay, no one else wants to challenge him. I'm going to come from behind and take it away. Squishy got the goal and also keeping NRG in the lead.
And it's wasting so much time. If you disrupt their rotation that much, imagine the seconds that they waste trying to go back and get boost just to spawn alone. Precious time getting taken off the clock for Torrent.
Popped up here for Jordan. He's got that first touch, but Garrett's there. Magic Bear next up for Torrent on this push. Torrent only got a couple more of these. They need the pressure. Kinsey won the first
Garrett's
touch.
There.
Jordan's going to wait for Garrett's clear, and he's going to get the first look at it, but comes straight down past the Magic Bear, denied by Justin. Kinsey swinging around, gets over Garrett, but not before he got the touch, and Justin pulls that one away, wasting more time off the clock.
But this is scary for NRG. Magic Bear, he's been aggressive. He's going for bumps. It looks like it might pay off. This ball has been in the NRG half for the past 30, 40 seconds. And there's been several opportunities. Will anything break for NRG? They've only got 1 goal and 22 seconds to hold on. Make it 2. Justin finds the security. 21 seconds left. And they are looking in peak condition to take the series.
Magic Bear just couldn't come up with that touch, and Justin was ready to punish him. NRG, so difficult to get by. Despite Torrent playing an incredible series, that's a kickoff win. Another goal, second for Justin, and that's just another day at the office for NRG.
Yep. And they've done this so many times, the teams, Jorby, where you bait them in, you put down a little mousetrap and you say, hey, there's a chance you could win this series. Psych, and then you instantly take it back. Everything's thrown out the window, and you've got Torrent who you thought they'd make waves, maybe knock an NRG out of them, or out of the tournament. But unfortunately, if you're a fan of them, it does not happen. The security, the 3-goal lead, it's all too much to handle. And NRG, they're going to take the series.
They just couldn't get things going consistently on offense. The clutch saves were great. The plays down the field, the 1v3 from Magic Bear, Kinsey's 50s, Jordan faking out NRG at times.
Yeah.
Torrent, they had everything out there on the field to try to beat NRG, but they're just too strong.